Ever met someone who seems like they were born to be rich? Well, unless you inherited a fortune or came from a wealthy family, you'll probably have to work for your wealth. But don't worry, there are signs that show you might be destined for financial success. The life of your dreams is ahead of you. You're here because deep down, you can feel that there's more waiting for you. But before we get into the 10 signs, remember this: being born poor isn't your fault, but dying poor is. You might have watched lots of interviews with super rich people, and you might have noticed that many of these super rich individuals share some common traits that lead them to financial success. These signs are like markers on your path to a future where money is a helpful tool, not a source of stress. I've boiled these traits down to 10 signs that indicate you will become rich. Sign 1. You're skeptical of the status quo. In life, we often hear advice like, you need to get a degree to succeed, just put your money in a mutual fund for financial security, or don't start a business because it's too risky. These are things that society tells us, and many people follow these guidelines. The problem with these beliefs is that the world is always changing. What was considered the right way to succeed in the past might not be the best way today. The world changes, and the status quo changes with it. For example, a century ago, going to college wasn't as common as it is now. Now, here's where skepticism comes into play. People who become wealthy or successful often question these commonly accepted beliefs. They don't just blindly follow what everyone else is doing. They understand that many of these beliefs may not be true or effective anymore. This skepticism gives them an advantage. When they question the status quo, they can spot new opportunities and take advantage of them before most people do. This gives them a head start and can lead to big rewards. You see, the most significant profits come from investing in things that very few people are currently investing in. So, if you're skeptical of the status quo and open to exploring new ideas, you might find your path to success in a world that's always changing. Sign 2. You contradict the idea that money won't fix your problems. The saying, money won't fix your problems, is often misleading. There's a misconception handed down by some influential people that suggests money isn't important or desirable. They might say this while earning a lot of money themselves. It's like they're trying to brainwash people into thinking they don't need money. This can be harmful because if you believe that, you might not strive to earn more and improve your financial situation. Even when you have very little money, you should never buy into the idea that money isn't important. If you can ignore this misleading message and understand that money is crucial for basic needs, you're on the right path. Money can't buy everything, but it's a tool that can make life more comfortable and allow you to pursue your passions and happiness. So, it's okay to want to be both rich and happy. Warren Buffett once said, "Money is not everything. Make sure you earn a lot before speaking such nonsense." Sign 3. You have financial goals and are actively working towards them. The third sign that you're on the right track to financial freedom is setting clear financial goals. You're aiming for financial success and you're actively doing things to make it happen. This means you're not just daydreaming about being rich. You're setting clear and doable money goals and taking the necessary actions to achieve them. It could be saving up for a house, putting money into a small business, or preparing for your retirement. The important part here is that you're not just setting these goals and forgetting about them. You're actually doing the work, making sacrifices, and staying committed to them. Successful people don't just stumble into financial freedom. They plan for it meticulously. Setting specific goals helps you stay focused and motivated on your journey. Remember, getting financially free doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, and every journey starts with a single step. Your financial goals are those steps. So, set your goals, get to work, and actively pursue them. When you're actively working on your financial goals, you're definitely on the right track toward financial freedom. Sign 4. You are someone who takes action within seconds. Imagine you're the kind of person who doesn't waste time. If you spot a chance to make a big move or decision, you jump into action right away. That's because if you wait too long, that opportunity might not be as great as it once was. Other people might have already caught on, and it could be too late. Rich and successful people understand this concept well. They know that when they see a potential goldmine, they need to act swiftly. Let me give you an example from my own life. When I got the idea to start a YouTube channel, I didn't hesitate. Within just a day, I thought of a name for my channel and created it. The next day, I wrote my first script. The day after that, I revised it and recorded the video. And in just a week, I uploaded my very first video to YouTube. If I had waited for years, like many people do, I believe I wouldn't have been as successful. The biggest reason most people don't act quickly is that they're afraid of failing. But the wealthy and successful folks have a different mindset. They see failure as a chance to learn and grow. It's what they call an anti-fragility mindset, which means that failure and challenges actually make them stronger. So if you are someone who takes action, then success awaits you. Sign 5. You don't compare yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others often leads to not taking any action at all. In simple terms, it can stop you from doing the things you enjoy or that are important to you. Imagine you love painting and you're just starting. If you compare your paintings to those of a famous artist, you might not be as good as them now. But that doesn't mean you should give up on painting. You can learn and improve over time. If you constantly compare yourself to that famous artist, you might feel discouraged and stop painting altogether. So, it's better to focus on your progress and enjoy what you do without worrying too much about how you measure up to others. So, if you're someone who focuses on yourself and progress and doesn't care much about others, you're on the path to financial success. Sign 6. You overcome an obstacle. When you face a problem or challenge, you don't let it stop you. Instead, you focus on the opportunities it presents. Successful people have a mindset that looks for ways to move forward rather than getting stuck in what's holding them back. Most people, when they encounter a problem, give up and say, "It's just bad luck." They stop trying, and they blame the government, their job, or the economy for their problems. They make excuse after excuse. But wealthy people face problems too. They might ponder the issue for a while, but they don't give up. They take action when they are most passionate and motivated. The longer you keep an idea stuck in your head without doing anything about it, the more you'll convince yourself that it won't work. If you're the type of person who starts working on ideas and figures out solutions along the way, you have a high chance of becoming successful. Sign 7. You prioritize buying assets over liabilities. You should focus on getting things that will make you more money, rather than just spending on fancy stuff. Think about the last time you wanted to buy something. Did you consider if it would help you make money or if it would cost you money? We often have to make choices like this. On one side, there are things like expensive cars, designer clothes, and fancy gadgets. On the other side, there are things like owning properties you can rent out, investing in gold, and buying stocks. This choice sets apart the rich and the poor for the rest of their lives. The key is to make your money work for you, not the other way around. It's tempting to spend on shiny things, but if you can resist and delay, you are on the right path to success. Sign 8. You're constantly investing for the future. Investing for the future means putting your money in things that will help it grow over a long time, instead of just keeping it in a piggy bank or spending it right away. It's like when you plant an apple tree instead of buying apples. It takes time for the tree to grow, but once it does, you'll have apples for a long time. In the same way, when you invest your money, it grows and can provide for your needs in the future. That's the magic of investing. You're not only thinking about today, but also planning for tomorrow, next year, and even the next 10 years. Investing isn't just about putting money into one thing. It can be different, like buying parts of a company, stocks, buying property, real estate, or starting your own business. The important thing is to choose the right way to invest based on what you want to achieve with your money and how much risk you're comfortable with. When you invest for the future, you're on the path to achieving financial freedom. Sign 9. You know there is so much more to learn. Think about how some people, when they have free time, like a day off or an evening, spend all their time playing video games and watching Netflix. I'm sure you know a few of these folks. It's okay to enjoy a TV show or play games now and then, but I'm talking about those who don't bother with anything educational. They wrongly believe that learning ends when you finish school. To be honest, these folks are pretty self-assured, even though they might not realize it. Instead of facing their own issues, they'd rather criticize others and escape into a make-believe world. But you know what? Ignoring your problems only makes them worse. The funny thing about learning is that the more you learn, the more you realize how much you still don't know. It's all about discovering new things you didn't know before and then using those new ideas in your own life. So if you're improving and learning new things, then you're on the right path to success. Sign 10. You spend time with winners. Imagine you have a friend who is a successful entrepreneur. They talk about their business ventures, the opportunities they see, and the importance of financial independence. Spending time with them and learning from their experiences can motivate you. When you surround yourself with friends or mentors, you can talk to about your finances, you can ask questions, learn from their financial blunders, and share your own mistakes. This is a great way to grow financially and make better choices with your money. On the other hand, if you have friends who are constantly complaining about their jobs, the economy, and how they never have enough money, being around them may lead you to adopt a negative mindset and limit your aspirations. Suppose you're interested in fitness and weight loss. Hanging out with people who are committed to healthy living, exercise, and proper nutrition will likely inspire you to maintain a healthier lifestyle. The same applies to financial success. The people you spend time with can significantly influence your beliefs, attitudes, opportunities, and how you see money. Sign 11. You are not too sensitive. Emotions can be a wonderful part of being human, making us feel alive and adding excitement to our lives. However, they can sometimes make it hard for us to make wise decisions, especially when it comes to money. If you're too sensitive, it means you let your feelings guide your actions rather than thinking things through with your rational mind. For instance, there are people who get scared and sell their investments, like stocks, when the stock market is going through a tough time. But strangely, history shows that these challenging times are often the best opportunities to buy, not sell. There are also individuals who give up on their business when they face their first major problem because the negative emotions tied to failure become too overwhelming. To succeed financially, you need to be able to control your emotions. This doesn't mean you should become emotionless, but it's crucial to put emotions aside when making important financial decisions.